Hi people, we are back for game number 3. I still haven't got any coverage of the game. I still got ads at the minute. I guess it's maybe still 5 minutes away. If anything with the broadcasting and the timing has been to go by. How's everybody doing? Who's here for game 3? Who's here for game 2? And who's here for their first one of the night, day, morning? Let's hope the Force put on a good show for this one. Yeah, man, for sure. Rodri's supporting the Chiefs. Anthony's got the Chiefs all the way. Stalio reckons the lack of the beef will be costly for the Force. Matthew wants the Force to nail this one. They are capable of surprising teams. Jack says Chiefs for the win. Knob Mum's got the Chiefs to make it a sweep. Who is the new sponsor, Shonik, of the Force? I read an article about it, but I failed to notice who was the new sponsor, just that the beef were not the current sponsor. Let's have a look. See if I can find it. Other answers, here we go. Indeed. Where is it? About the beefy? No. Match day programs? No. Lineup? Yes, it is. Tribe Tech, which is far less beefy than the previous sponsor. Tribe Tech. There you go. My stream has completely died. Problems with Stan. I saw your tweet. The last game cut out as well, eh? What's going on? My one hasn't even started yet. They're still effing about with the the Sky logo and stuff. They just cut to the stadium. Looks like it's a decent crowd. There's a fair few Chiefs fans there. Fireworks and stuff. A lot of Chiefs fans there. Look at that. Sounds like an IT support solution. Tribe Tech, not as meme worthy. Exactly, but maybe they can get on with helping Stan with their IT problems. Stan is being a pain in the backside with Darmoni. They've been flawless so far, haven't they? The coverage has been great. What's going on? Am I going to get up for the Sharks and Bulls game? When is that on? How many hours? I'm probably going to go to bed after this one, to be fair. Force plan to hack the Chiefs' defence. New Zealand to make it 5 from 5, says Roman Soldiers. Let's see, the Chiefs guys are just starting to meander out onto the pitch at the moment. Stan was pretty iffy for the last game for Shonik as well. Matthew's got the game on Rugby Pass. Teams in the changing rooms. Yeah, the Force guys are still in the changing rooms. Feliti Kaitu'u's got a big old smile on his face. He's looking forward to it. Missed the last 10 minutes of the Blues game. I remember he used to have issues with Rugby Pass, but I thought Stan had been pretty good. Are the Force any good these days? You know I'm supporting my underdogs, especially after the Blues ruined the other Aussie teams. The Force finished mid-table in Australia, so they're okay. They're the only team in Australia who managed to beat the Reds, so they are capable of something. But they got done by the Brumbies in their semi-final, so yeah, not consistent. If the first 5 minutes isn't good for Theft, who's been here a wee while, going to bed. Fair enough. I'll give it more than 5. I'll give it a wee while. I think 8 o'clock, Roman. I think he means 8 o'clock. There you go. 8 p.m. Sharks is on at 4:15. 2 hours of sleep is enough. Probably not. I'll watch the Rainbow Cup if the stream is available. How's that game going with the Lions? The Lions were playing the Stormers, right? Were there any score updates from that one? I won't spoil it in case anybody else is waiting to watch that one later. Oh yeah, there are some score updates. Theft wants the Super Brew to right itself. To be fair, it's the first time Stan has crapped itself this year. Yeah, I've only heard good things about Stan thus far. Maybe they were telling people stop watching this game. It's getting a bit much for the Rebels. They wanted people to stop watching. Richard Kahui. He is one of the talking points of this game for sure. Former Chiefs man. Johan, the score is still 0-0. We haven't had a kickoff as yet. They are, at least with my one, just getting ready. Damon Murphy looks to be chewing gum, or at least he's got something stuck in his teeth. Yeah, no spoilers. I figure if it's not this game, don't talk about the other games because people might be wanting to watch them. Right, kickoff in this one. We've got at 5 seconds on the clock right now. Game is kicked off. Force are in their own 22, having received the kickoff, and will, in all likelihood, give it to old Rob Carney, who puts boot to ball. There it goes. Stan's still not working. Australian kickoff times are very much like Australian public transport times, Jamie. They are. I saw the kickoff time was 11:55, and immediately after setting up the stream, I set it to 12. And sure enough, 12:05 is the kickoff time. Big Will loves some Richard Kahui. He's still going the old Silver Fox. 55 seconds in. Chiefs have already gone 5 phases. They are probing down that right wing. Getting over the advantage line seemingly every time. The Force have just conceded a stupid penalty coming in at the side of a ruck. Getting hands all over the ball. So, yeah. Oh no, here come the Chiefs. Oh, audacious fan, as the commentator just put it, with Josh Lord. Was it Lord or no? Well, it was Vati shoving Godwin right in the schnoz. Oh, Kahui gets the intercept to stop the Chiefs potentially getting a try there. I thought they had advantage. Okay, maybe not. Force have got a penalty, so they get themselves out of jail. Why did I think the Chiefs had a penalty or this advantage over? If it was, it's a pretty short advantage. Right, I am at just over 2 minutes now. Yeah, Vati with the big old line break. Where's that big don't argue? He gives to Kyle Goblin. He shoves him right in the face. Get off, son. Johan's in Joburg. How's it going, man? Hope you're having a good day. Hope it's a sunny one. Craig, game clock for me is at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. I just switched to 41 and stopped for some reason. Must be a medic coming on. May the Force be with you. We need an Aussie win for the comp. OT, you said. You don't mean overtime, do you? Can't go overtime. There's no overtime. Tom, I watch these games on Sky New Zealand. They have all the rugby here. They're not that popular in terms of as a company, but they have all the rugby, so I can't complain. Looks like Stan stopped crapping itself. That's good news, Dalmundi. Hopefully they've fixed it. If you guys are just getting on, I'm at 3:15 now. Force are mauling it up to halfway. And Tofu has just carried it into the Chiefs' half. So the territory stats start to ticking. Oh, but nope. The Chiefs have just got a penalty and they tap it. They're going to go this one at pace. Whoa. It's a wee bit messy. Too fast from the Chiefs. Chucking the ball to the ground. They've still got the ball. Chiefs are looking to play this one at 1,000,000 miles an hour. That's clear as day. They want to run the Force off their feet because the Force are pretty good defensively. Watch up, says Dalmundi. All right. I'll watch down just to be told to watch up, but that makes sense. Craig said it as well. Oh, D-Mac with the offload to ALB. I wouldn't have wanted to miss that one, so thank you for the tip, guys. That was a pretty slick-looking move. Aileron is back, and your Chiefs are on the board, mate. D-Mac offloads to ALB. Chiefs are going at 1,000,000 miles an hour so far. TMO's going to have a look at something. What are we looking at here? What are we looking at? Lachlan Boshier carries it. Does he drop it? D-Max doing some funky wonky stuff. With his arm? You mean the offload? Yeah, foul play. What are they... I mean, Lord squashed Godwin's head off the ball, but I don't think it's what they're looking at. Weber knock on at the base of that rock, eh? Yeah, he does bobble it ever so briefly. Good spotting from the TMO. Unbelievable. Stormers Lions game is fire. Give it a watch if you have time. All right, Johan, mate. I'll put it on the list. Good TMO work there to spot the little knock on in the build-up. Still 0-0. He did lose it, Matthew, just. We will have a scrum. 21-point margin might be a bit optimistic. Oh, I don't know, man. We're 4 minutes in, you still got an age. Still got an absolute age. Federico, morning and BA. What's the score? It's still 0-0. I haven't put it up. Maybe I should put it up. Good reminder. Here we go. Force 0-0 Chiefs. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1. Boom fire. No beef. Force lose by 40, you reckon? Watch up, says Craig. All right. Yeah. For the kindness of others, if you are watching any other games which you're on right now, try not to spoil those games for people. And if you are ahead of the stream in terms of what you're viewing, try not to spoil what's going on. But watch up or have a look. That doesn't matter. That's all good. Oh, man. What a try. Huge scrum from the Chiefs. Unbelievable. Huge. And then Nankivell just strolls over. Yeah, it was a forced feed, believe it or not, but you wouldn't have known it because it just came straight out on the Chiefs side. Weber looks to go open side, goes blind side, gets the D-Mac to Nankivell, and you're over. What a try, honestly. Another weak Aussie scrum, it seems. Yeah, that's not a great start. If they're going to scrum like that, the Chiefs are going to have a field day. Is D-Mac going to kick it? Yes, he is. 7 points to 0. My daughter is crying. She's probably not too chuffed with that Force conceding a scrum on their own feed. And thus a try. Stan video is playing fine but no audio. Is that right? That's bizarre. Stan does seem to be having issues tonight though. It's not just you. Rob Carney, what's he going to do? He's going to run it back at these Chiefs. Gets tackled for his efforts. Come on, Force. Keep a hold of that ball. Go through some phases, but just remember, the Chiefs' back row is very, very dangerous. No need for audio with the YouTube chat. That's actually true. Depends if you want to hear what the I've got the audio so low I can barely hear what the commentary's saying either. Barely hear it. Otherwise I get in trouble with Sansa for using their product. Or like broadcasting copyrighted stuff. Chiefs back row is scary. Hats off for streaming 3 back-to-back. It is a first, Anthony, and I'm not convinced I'll get through it, but we'll see. We'll see how we go. Force crowds today is, yeah, good crowd. That is true. That's worth a note, actually. Good crowd. The Rebels game, actually, the crowd was decent crowd as well, I thought. It was the Tars game that had a seemingly looking bad crowd. Like Alaran's pretty gutted he couldn't go because he's both a Chiefs and a Force man. This would have been the ultimate game to go to. Force line out just outside Chiefs 22. What are they going to do? Inside ball, and they have knocked it on. Let's see how this next scrum goes because the last one was pretty poor. It was Kahui that knocked that on. Don't leave your followers until the end of the game. I'll try my best. Is it on TV in the UK? I believe it's on Rugby Pass, which is a paid subscription, unfortunately, for this one. Aussie player, what was that? Playing my under 65 team back when the last 2 games we conceded 250 points and scored none. Yowza. Shanak says, cheers for doing 3 streams in one sitting. It is a first. It is a first. Cheers, man. We'll see if we get through it. Should be alright. But, yeah. I do look tired, says Matthew. I'll get through it. Hopefully. Cheers, Shanak, man. Hope you're going good. Not a bad crowd for the Force in AFL territory, for sure. Seriously think the Aussie teams continue to perform like this, then New Zealand Rugby won't do Super Rugby next year with 5 Aussie teams. New Zealand Rugby is very concerned about competition not being competitive and then thus not attractive to watch. Like how many Kiwis, how many Chiefs fans are watching this game now in New Zealand at midnight? Don't know. Moving to Perth next April. I've heard only good things about Perth, apart from the fact that it's far away. But that's all relative. I like Perth. It's a big city without the pitfalls. Sounds good. How many Chiefs fans at midnight against the Force? Low hundreds at best. Yeah. Oh, Chiefs scrum penalty again. I don't know. I feel like the viewing numbers would be low. That was always their argument against South Africa as well. Oh, South Africa, the time zone's bad. Nobody wants to get up at midnight or 2 o'clock in the morning to watch the Chiefs play the Sharks or whatever it was. On the other side, loads of Force fans in the stadium and on TV. Absolutely, for sure. Roman soldiers are going to bed, fair enough. Don't blame you. Most other teams are full of young guys who only get more competitive as time goes on. Yeah, that'd be actually an interesting one to compare the average age of the sides. I know the Waratahs in particular seem to have a pretty young side. Nov Mum's a pretty hardcore Chiefs fan though. She is watching from the Waikato. Come on, Force. It's 2:20 in South Africa? Is it really? I thought it would be still morning. Oh, I got no idea. It's 20 past midnight over here. Like in the Force jersey, Ali, I love this Force jersey. It is one of the most comfortable jerseys I own. I love this one. Way more comfortable than my Chiefs one, which is why I am in this one now. Is that McIntyre's down, eh? Darmundi. Not looking too hot. He's looking pretty tough, pretty sore. Since I started watching Super Rugby, I have a question. I thought the Aussie New Zealand teams were more on an even level. Clearly not. Why is that? Federico, Rugby League is much more popular in Australia. Rugby Union is a second level game, I guess. Whereas in New Zealand, it's our number one game, so that's probably part of the difference, I guess. But Australians maybe know more. Yeah, McIntyre got absolutely smashed there. He needs to go off for an HIA, I would assume. He's looking pretty beat up. Have I seen Epic Gardening? Yeah, man, I watched Epic Gardening and a few other channels as well. There's a lot of good topics there, actually. A lot of good topics. I need to get some more mulch for my garden, man, because the weeds are starting to grow through. Minty Aussie rules. Yeah, Aussie rules. I would say League is more like the direct competitor for the guys who play. But yeah, absolutely. There's a bunch of guys who could be playing League or Union if they weren't playing AFL. Self-sufficient me, I've watched a lot, man. He's quite funny. Although he calls mulch. He puts a SH on the end of the word mulch. I've never heard it pronounced like that. Is that an Aussie thing? You put mulch on your garden? Or is that just that guy? I don't know. The South African Women's Premier Rugby Comp just came on to YouTube recommended under this stream. It's the algorithm trying. It tries. It doesn't always get it just right, but maybe that is right. Union is struggling to be the fourth place sport, and there it is. And there's a New Zealand Rugby League team. Yes, but it's the opposite here. Like, we've got 5 pro rugby teams at Super Rugby level and 1 league team. Whereas Aussie's got 5 rugby union teams and how many, like 16 or 12 or something league teams. So league's much bigger. Missed penalty for McIntyre. Maybe he's still feeling a bit off. Mulch sounds like a lisp, but there's no S in mulch, is there? Okay, maybe it is a speech impediment of some kind. Sports reports very rarely give union results. Yeah, true. I've been in Australia. When you read through the newspaper, it's like league, and then there's like one story about rugby, tiny one. Goals and seagulls, no idea. We need our man Grant for that. I don't think he's here. Chiefs have won another penalty. This will be interesting to see their mindset for this one. Yep. No chance of the Chiefs going for 3. They want to go for touch. D-Mac has really horrendously skewed that one, so they will not be going for touch. That was awful. That's going to be a scrum back on the 10-metre line. James Ryan made 31 tackles last night, but because Hill is built like Simon Shaw, he makes it. Gatland lost 7 in a row with a good Chief side with a selection policy these days. I honestly wonder if it's about the concussion things with James Ryan, I think that might be it. Because any guys who seem to have the concussion, I don't know, didn't seem to make it. And Cora, yep, that's pretty much a apt way of putting it. That wasn't a very good kick. It's very much not all about AFL in Australia, though it's bigger than NRL. It's not quite so simple as AFL being out and out football code. It seems to be regional in Australia. I don't know. You guys know more about that than me. Any player can get concussion, no one, mate. But yeah, it seems like some guys just get more of it. And those guys, at least just from what I've seen in Gatland's squad, he's not picking guys who are more susceptible to it. Oh, man, the Chiefs are monstering them again. This is going to be a long day at the office. Oh, a commentator just took my line. I said it first. D-Mac will get another chance to kick for touch. Gatland gets a lot of grief, but he was coming into a new team and was testing out what style of rugby he was going to play. Apart from the Highlanders match, all those losses were restricted. Yeah, they didn't get many drubbings, did they? They got a lot of losing bonus points. AFL gets full stadiums all the time. Isaac, I think the good thing about the AFL is all the teams, there's a fair bit of parity, right? All the teams get wins every now and again. Now the Force have won a penalty from the Chiefs' tactics at maul time. Somebody must have been offside. Obstruction, truck and trailer, there you go. Wednesday rugby post. I'll have to do that after the stream, but I'll have a look. Is it those really tall ones? Success get on his head over the years is incredible. He still gets so much stick, it's weird. The New Zealand press absolutely slammed him for some stupid reason when he was here. I don't know why. They drove me up the wall. AFL is one of the largest average attendance in any domestic competition in the world. Yeah, I guess I see the MCG gets packed with that, But yeah, domestic competition, there seems to be a fair bit of banter between the fans. Like you go to the office the next day, there's a good conversation going about the AFL. I don't know, good rivalry, good tribalism, It seems to work really well. Bit of parity. Does anybody go through a full season undefeated? Does anybody win it like 5 years in a row? I don't think so, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know much about it. Sophie, how's things up in your neck of the woods? We're watching the Force and the Chiefs. Rob Kearney's playing. But the Chiefs are looking pretty dominant at the moment. AFL is literally the Aussie pastime like NFL to the US. But is it the same in like Sydney? Would it be their pastime or would that be league? AFL is pretty easy watching. That's probably a factor as well, eh? Not from Australia, but I heard the only sport Australians get really behind in this team is cricket. Yeah, I would have thought if there is one national sport in Australia, it's cricket, right? Because that's pretty universal. Even in Tasmania, they play cricket, right? Whereas everything else, AFL, League, Union, soccer, has its own little clusters. Tia, oh man. Blown chance for the Chiefs. You get the occasional 3 in a row, but I can't think of any instance where a team going undefeated for a whole season. Yeah, I like that idea, eh? That's a bit more parity to it. Anybody can beat anybody on their day. Henshaw might be getting banned. The only reason why he didn't get a red card like because the contact with the head, because the ref and TMO was so dumb. The James Ryan thing, I don't know, and man, it's a weird one. I think it just seems the guys with a history of concussion didn't get into Gatlin's mind. I could be way off the beat. It just seems to be a thing. Concussion's one that you can't kind of look at someone's head and know if they're better fully. I don't know. Just a guess. Cricket's largest summer sport by far, rugby league, AFL compete for followings. Right. Big Bash seems to do pretty well over there as well, eh? This summer domestic game. I don't know. Seems pretty well run. Doris back playing last night of his concussion. That is good to see back. Yes. Sexton, Ryan, Jonathan Davis, all injury prone and notably all omitted. Yeah, although like Owen mentions, Laws was literally injured right before getting selected for the Lions, so who knows? Who knows? Do I watch the top 14? Not a lot, but I do get to see they have a highlights show with the top 14 over here, which I get to see sometimes. Mostly when I watch the French teams, it's in the Champions Cup. God, I want to check the territory stats because again, I feel like it's getting monstered. Jack Noel hurt his MCL. Champions Cup final, I think, at the end of the month. Is it next week or the week after? Is there much difference in the ball used? It's definitely a different feel. I guess it's like anything where it's like maybe like driving a different car slightly. It's like the same but different. I know Bowden Barrett has really good numbers with, is it the Gilbert ball? But do you remember when he missed all those kicks against South Africa? Like, he's got terrible numbers kicking with the Adidas ball. So yeah, it can be a bit of a struggle. Gallant has a plan. If as a betting man, he'll say he's used to Simmons and Co to edge the forwards to try to beat South African wingers with brute force. So you mean put his guys like Simmons out on the edges? Yeah. Because they're quick boys that he's putting there for sure. Kieran Reid is retired. I saw that, Adam A. I did see that. I just saw it between these two games. I'll have to do a video on his retirement. He's a bit of a legend. Adidas ball looks a little flatter, more like NRL Steeden ball squat, while the Gilbert ball looks longer and slimmer. Game's almost at 26 minutes. Somehow we've only got one score on the board. Luca, I tipped the Chiefs for sure. I don't know by how much, but definitely the Chiefs. Force have just missed touch, which is not something you need to be doing when you've got a penalty. But Nankiville's knocked it on anyway, so the Force will have a scrum feed. Can't quite get going this one. Looking tired, Carl. I'm feeling tired. It's 20-1. 20-1. Chiefs can't catch the bloody ball. This game is frustrating. Indeed. 1 o'clock in the morning. Give me an entertaining game, folks. Come on, Chiefy boys, or Force. Who did I pick? Seeing as I have time to have a look, seeing as there's a scrum being reset. I definitely picked the Chiefs, but by how much? I believe I went with the logic that the Chiefs would be tired with the long flight. Super Brew is showing me an ad. Of course it is. I picked the Chiefs by 10. There you go. Get a strong Turkish coffee. I wish I could. I don't know where I'd get one right now. I think everywhere's probably closed. Except maybe like a 24-hour McDonald's. Plus, after this game, I want to go to bed. So probably coffee's not a bad idea. It's going to be every Saturday night for a few weeks. I'll have to look at the fixtures list. Surely they can't play games this late and anywhere but Perth, right? Go to BP. Charged down by Kubeli. There is a BP just down the road, and there's a Z as well. Massive respect, Leo. Cheers, man. What can I say? It's fun watching the rugby with you lot. But this game is proving a little bit of a struggle so far. But the Blues game started off slow. The Crusaders game started off slow. So it's kind of par for the course so far. Help Mark in his tiredness, smash the like button. There you go. Definitely do that. Got to watch the Hurricanes game whilst in school. Man, that is a luck. That is luck. Although that being said, points of that game were frustrating as well. Due to the pretty poor defence. But anyway, lots of tries. Pure try fest and not a lot more. 2 cents sleeping. We're not quite there yet, Grant. Maybe. Penalty. Hands in the ruck. 29 minutes, 35 seconds. Thrush looks incredulous that he's been pinged. There's above and beyond flashing. Yeah, well, it is almost 1 in the morning. It's a first. Sleep with my eyes open. That'd be a talent. Oh, around, holy smokes. That'll wake me up. Hang in there. As a Chiefs fan, I'm hanging in there too. You're up. You're up, awake, and your team's up on the scoreboard. Thank you, ma'am. May have to lay off the beer and get, I don't know, maybe not coffee, something else. Cheers, man. But your team's doing all right. But bloody hell, the handling is a killer. I'll hang in there. I'll hang in there. Thank you, man. How are the grapes doing, by the way? Thanks for updating on the score. It's been a long day of rugby. It has, man. Sweet ass. It has. But we're going all right. Federico, yeah, I'm doing okay. Sitting here watching TV is not the hardest job in the world, but it's all good, eh? Anyone's thinking it's like to watch the Chiefs is a real fan. That's probably true. And yes, you do mean 8:40 p.m. Taiwan time. It is pretty late. 8:40. There's some good night market food. I'm sure for sure. I'm sure for sure. Vodka, Coke for a brief sugar rush. Awake now, but sleep later. Don't have any vodka. Don't have any Coke. That's the trouble. The grapes are now wine, so even better. Even better. Theft. You're still around. I thought you said if this game wasn't good, you were going to head off. Props to Theft as well. He's doing pretty good. Been here a long time. Stays from Mikey. You can go bye-bye if it's a blowout win for the Chiefs, like you said. So far, it's close. So far, it's close. Let's see what the knock-on count is like. Because I feel like it's high. The territory stat I thought was loaded for the Chiefs before was actually not. I was dead wrong. Knock-ons. Only 3 by the Chiefs. Is that correct? 4. 4 knock-ons by the Chiefs. Can we not spend 50 minutes on scrums? I know, man. Mid-afternoon here in Sweden. Perfect rugby watching time. Jamie, I am envious. The Force win a scrum penalty. All the backs are getting in there to give their forwards a bit of credit, maybe. Just to have a powwow anyway. Player stats. Chiefs. Turnovers conceded. Tia 2. Mackenzie 2. ALB Nankerville 1 each. Boshia 1. Ah, yes. Oh, Alaran. What's going on with Stan tonight, man? Stan is not behaving itself for your stream. Talking about how tired you are, and I'm just here in Ireland at 1:45 in the afternoon, Leo. You guys can get on the beer soon, eh? It's only 6 hours until Edinburgh Glasgow kicks off. You can go to bed and then go to bed when this one wraps up. There's South African rugby on as well, so I could literally just go until the sun comes up without missing a beat, but I can't imagine it would do my day tomorrow very well. I have done days where I just didn't go to sleep when I was young and just thought that would be fun. By the way, the Force have got advantage. They're 5 metres out from the Chiefs' line. They've gone through about 6 phases. They haven't popped it up on the screen yet, but I've not been counting. It feels like about, oh, there it is, 5. Godwin, he's going to be held up. Held up. Godwin gets held up over the line. That's the best chance for the Force so far. It's the first note I've taken since the 18th minute. And we're in 34 now. Good on me for doing this game. Sherlock's now lost the video, but he's got the audio. And thanks, by the way, Blood Dragon. Well, ALB's got carded. Cynical on defense, that one. What have we got? Question. Reds lost to Highlanders, who despite finishing fourth beat the Crusaders, to put in perspective. In the sense that all of the New Zealand teams, I mean the Hurricanes also took the Crusaders to bonus golden point time, so yeah, maybe. All the New Zealand teams are pretty much of a muchness. Same ballpark? Don't know. Error code A25, assuming that's not good. That doesn't sound good. Stan is being stupid tonight. It's not good. My one is still flawless. Knock on wood. Line out for the Force. It goes to the back. They're mauling it. They got the extra man, but remember it's an extra back, not an extra forward. They got the backs into their maul though. Oliver Fella's in there. McIntyre's getting in there. It's still going. It's a penalty try to the Force. Is that going to be another card? Is that going to be another card? Surely if it's a penalty try, it's a card, right? It's all on. What's going on? Who's going to get the card? Yeah, it's definitely going to be 7-7. I'll update the score. Just trying to see who's going to get the card. Yellow card 2. Please show me the pictures instead of the replay. No, they're not showing nothing. Sounds unwatchable at the moment. It's going to be 15-13 for almost 10 minutes, like 8 minutes. Oh, it's Jacobson. So it's 15 v 13 for like 8-9 minutes. Looking pretty grim for the Chiefs. Who else did we see go 15-13 and the team with 15 really struggled? Which game was that? The Force have to not, I guess, not just try to force stuff. Ewan, man, how's it going? Number 8, deliberately collapsing them all. Right, it was Jacobson. I think he had to go for the TMO for it, eh? I could hear them chatting. Aotearoa final, that's the one. Man, I watched too many games, can't remember nothing. England back in 2003. I wasn't quite thinking back that far. Stan's a pain in the backside. I'm sorry that it's being such a mission for you guys. If there's anything too notable, I'll let you know. D-Max just put in a big up and under. It's pretty well taken. But nope, the Chiefs actually got it back. And D-Mac puts in a kick into touch. It looks like it's going to go too big, but nope. Perfectly judged into the Forces 22. Crazy how often teams struggle with the advantage. I know, Jason, man. It is weird. Maybe the teams are just training really well on how to defend with fewer guys. I don't know. Error code A19 for both Super Rugby and Rainbow Cup. Stan needs to apologise for all these lost minutes. Right, Force managed to win their own line out on that 22. and they're going to exit. They look under pressure despite having 2 extra guys on the field. Cabelli, box kick, it travels all of about 6 meters, so the Chiefs will have a line out inside the Forces 22. England toured New Zealand, Aussie before they went on to win the World Cup. They beat us defending on their own try line later on. Was that the game in Wellington? I vaguely remember that. Very vaguely. Chiefs are always going to have a hard time in bloody Perth. How they handle this double yellow card is going to be a big test for them. They're mauling it. They may want to try and milk a penalty here. Nope. Nothing doing. Oh, they have got advantage. They will score 3 points despite being 2 players down. All the New Zealand teams will be aiming for bonus point wins. Can only imagine the separation between New Zealand and Aussie teams on the table. That's possibly how it's going to come down to it. So the Blues result is actually a pretty good one. The Force have gone vegan. They've gone techie instead of the beef. Yeah, why would you do that? Best site for rugby player stats, probably ESPN. The Chiefs have got the 2 yellow cards, Dave. It's Jacobson and Anton Leonard-Brown. But despite that, D-Mac's kick down into the Forces 22 led to a poor exit from the Force, which led to the Chiefs mauling it up and eventually winning a penalty at the breakdown with the Force conceding one. So D-Mac lining up a shot at the sticks. He slots that sucker over. And all of a sudden, the Chiefs are back in front. Now it's 10 points to 7. And he took a long time on that kick as well to really drag the time down. Really quieting down the crowd with those last 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm sure the crowd were baying for blood when they had those 2 yellow cards, but yeah, what do the Force do here with the extra space? Rugby Pass has lost graphics. Oh, the Force have just knocked it on. Anstey was going down the right wing. He did really well to pull that ball in, but then the pass he flung to Carney ended up hitting the dirt. Oh, what? Telly says it's Force 10, Chiefs 7. Okay, it's not me that's wrong. No, it's the Force 7, the Chiefs 10. I am definitely correct on that one. Well, to be honest, that first half actually kind of flew by. I don't know how that works. Maybe I'm just tired. I'm pretty happy with that. I have to cook breakfast at half time. Man, I'm not usually up with you guys at this time. Like, I know where a lot of you guys are based in the world. So the fact that American Tigers rugby is off to breakfast, that's unusual. Usually it's the middle of the night for you. Yeah, my graphics also say Force 10, Chiefs 7. That's definitely not correct. England won 15-13 despite Neil Beck and Lawrence Delalio spending overlapping time in the sin bin late in the game. Maybe that's one we can go back and watch if we do a historical game one of these days. Halftime stats, run meters, 124 to 132. Turnovers conceded is 4 to 7, which is a wee bit high. The Force's scrum is 3 from 5, which is concerning for the Force. The Chiefs are 2 from 2. That's not that many scrums compared to that Crusaders game, I remember. Penalties conceded 8 apiece. Tally scorekeepers sleeping on the job with the score. So I guess everything that's done there is done by a human at some point. 5 p.m. here in the UAE, feeling fresh, Dave. Victoria in the afternoon for you, in Europe as well. So many countries' time zones are represented, absolutely. Absolutely. Halftime entertainment. What are you guys watching at halftime? I've got an ad for a Ford. It's a Ford ad. It's for the... Well, their slogan is Bring On Tomorrow, the Ford Escape. And then there's actually quite a good Specsavers ad here. I don't know if you guys get this one where you are. I'm assuming it's an ad from the UK. Absolutely hilarious. That one's genuine class. That ad makes me crack up every time. If you haven't seen it, it's the Specsavers ad where they end up lifting the referee at the line-out because they should have gone to Specsavers. So, and then the referee is running with the ball to escape being tackled. Big VH is going to get dinner. I've definitely never been doing a stream when you getting dinner, that's for sure. Rainbow Cup, man, I've only seen like 2 games of the Rainbow Cup. I've been following it very loosely, but yeah. You know you're tired when you're laughing at Specsavers ads. The look on that referee's face is genuinely quite funny, but yeah, you're probably right. How many jerseys, Federico? Man, I'm not actually sure. I'll have to do a video on it to tally it up. Have to do a tally. Force needs some Skippy cornflakes. They need the beef, man. Bring back the beef, the Harvey beef. Thoughts on the North versus South protein final? Sean told me about that in the stream earlier, and I hadn't heard about it, but that's great news. Because honestly, the Rainbow Cup, the cool thing about it is you're going to get to see these matchups which you've never seen before. And then when they said that's not going to happen, it was just so deflating. It's like, why was the Pro 14 an abridged version if you were just going to play it again? We've already had Super Rugby Unlocked and the Curry Cup. Do we really want to see it again? But now that there's a North-South combined final, that's great news. Great news. Where do you get player stats for the whole competition? You get them manually, man, for the most part. It's a pain in the bum. Absolute pain in the bum. Excel spreadsheets. Fox Sports, actually, to their credit, used to do really awesome stats with Super Rugby. Fox Sports had far and away the most useful tool for stats I have ever seen. It was just streets ahead of every other competition. Beats the Six Nations, beats the Rugby Championship, Super Rugby. Their site was bloody amazing. Yep. Who got man of the match in the Blues game? I don't think they're doing man of the match, actually. They haven't done man of the match in Super Rugby apart from the South African games for quite a while. Dude, surely it's nighttime at some point today for you. You've been doing this since I woke up this morning. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the morning here at the moment, man. 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock in the morning. It's dark. I'm tired. But still 40 minutes of rugby to go. Then I'll go to bed. Nov Mum's still here as well, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning for her as well. Didn't realise you were still going solid effort. Yeah, it is actually. 3 games. Madness. Legend for doing it. Yeah, I can't say it'll be every week, but it's definitely a fun one. I mean, it's just such a weird thing with COVID and then, travel restricted. But the fact that we've got a Trans Tasman competition with fans at the games, it's like, I don't know. It seems kind of worth it to do it, right? Yeah, it's just such a cool thing. Yeah, crazy. You must have the most understanding wife in the world. I still reckon I will get a pretty early wake up call tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be hairy. She's not going to let me sleep until 10. I'll be lucky if I get 8. My daughter usually wakes up anywhere between 6 and 7. But if I can get till 8 o'clock, I think I'll be doing all right. I'm only here because you and the other crew are still up. Exactly, right? That's the kind of cool thing as well. Like Theft Parrot's here as well. This is the last time I'm doing a 3 a.m. It's a 3-game stream. Says Theft, yeah. Very close half, indeed. Blood Dragon's got Stan Sport to work on the phone, which is a good bit of advice for maybe anyone else having issues with Stan. I'm surprised they don't have the games earlier for the New Zealand audience. Yeah, they had the New Zealand game at 7, and then they had the Aussie game at 9:45, which is normal. And then because they're playing a game in Perth, I guess they can afford to have it a bit later, because over in Perth, it's still a decent time. It's not 1 o'clock in the morning. We got the chat to keep us awake until the game finishes, especially with food. I'm tempted to grab something, but what do I eat? I don't want to eat much. Should I just get fruit? I don't know. Probably shouldn't eat anything at 1 o'clock in the morning. Stan on the phone is working nice. Well, that's good. Good advice. Good advice. Wheat-Bix. God knows I'm not having a Wheat-Bix at 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, Wheat-Bix. Bananas. I probably could go a banana. Pineapple. Don't think I have any pineapple somehow. Scarlets now have an all-Welsh eligible team for the first time in God knows how long. Is that right? Cheap ramen noodle packets, actually, that's true. Try some citrus. Tim just says beer. I think, no, if I have beer now, I will not get a restful sleep. My sleep's important. I got children to take care of tomorrow. Ice cream. Don't have any ice cream, that's for sure. And the Blues Twitter stream did the Simpsons He's Already Dead meme. I think the Blues have had a change in like social media manager or whatever, because their Twitter person is now very edgy and like sometimes a bit salty. Yeah, less PC, but I guess that's the job. Don't know. I never get good sleep on the booze. Some people makes them sleep better, eh? One of the Aussie guys I worked with, he basically couldn't sleep unless he was off his trolley. Yeah, the Blues Twitter person is definitely very cutting now, as Aileron's saying. 7 coffees in the morning. Jean says to drink water. That's probably the best advice thus far. Let me go get a glass of water. Water. Anything I want in the fridge? No, not really. No. Water it is. Just have some tea. Ironically, English breakfast is great. English breakfast. Isaac's going for some JD. It's been a while since I've had any of that. ISB says, let's go Force. Man, it's tight. It's a tight one. I'm a bit disappointed with how they went with those last few minutes with the 2 extra guys, but there's still time. Get a pie from BP. You guys would be sitting here looking at my chair for a long time if I went to BP. If you want any indication of where Super Rugby is at, I literally train for Ultimate Frisbee on the same ground as the Waratahs, and it's not very flash. But is that because the Waratahs don't have a home right now? Maybe the Waratahs will get a proper training ground once they get their ground back? I don't know. Just blow on the pie first. I missed blow on the pie. I was in China when that thing happened, and Nick Minute. There's a few things that I missed out on. Theft changed his prediction from 5 to 21. Bro, there's still 40 minutes. There's still time. There's still time. They've been training there since before their stadium got demolished, though. That doesn't speak that well to how things are going for the Tars. Safer communities together. Indeed, Jason. That's on all the New Zealand police cars. Safer communities together. How are my Super Brew picks looking thus far? I don't usually look, but I'll have a look. My round. Trans Tasman, I'm 3 from 4. I picked the bloody Reds. That was moronic. I picked the Hurricanes and got the margin. I picked the Crusaders but didn't get the margin. I picked the Blues but I didn't get the margin. Chiefs game, I picked them by 10. So, not in the margin territory yet. Clean sweep for New Zealand sides. Still 40 minutes. Goodness me, I've just spilled water a little bit. Not a lot. That's one I can just rub in. It's just water. That'll be fine. Nobody's going to notice that. Yeah, still 40 minutes to go though. Anything could happen, but maybe the Force will fly the Aussie flag. Or maybe the Chiefs will run away with it, who knows. Rugby Pass finally listened and decided it was in fact the Chiefs who scored those points. Yeah, same on my one. I think we must be looking at the same graphics. The graphics must be done centrally. Oh no, here we go. Look up, says Isaac. Alrighty. Let's look up. Oh, and it's the Chiefs who've got the ball. Surely not with 2 men down. Carney just had to kick it. Oh no, it's TMO. For what? Foul play. Kahui. Oh, they're saying that's a tip tackle? Does he lift him though? Or does he turn him? I don't think there's a lot in that because he didn't lift him up. He just kind of turned him over. His legs end up going in the air. Crossing horizontal, maybe. It's not a good look. But he definitely goes above the horizontal. He definitely goes above the horizontal. Penalty. Let's say penalty. Yeah. I'm inclined to go with Matthew and say that wasn't really like a proper lift. It was more the momentum of him moving which made him look like he went airborne. So that's playing on. Okay. They are making Rob play, Joe. He's got to earn some of that money. I think it's like his 5th or 6th game. He's not had a game for a wee while. Definitely momentum that caused that. I agree, Jack. Didn't really seem like lifting tackles. They deliberately lift them. That wasn't that. Soakula's lost a boot. So please let him get into space. Back for another penalty for the Chiefs. And they've got 2 men down. Hang in there. We're hanging. Less than 40 minutes to go. So I can make my way to slumber. Take the shot. Run the clock. Maybe get 3 points. Smart decision from the Chiefs. Up the force, let's go, says Hillsong. What's up with you guys since you lost? Well, since you got a 2-man advantage. It's not been going. Clock's ticking along. I wish they would put the little yellow cards clock indicator on there to show the time, but they do not. Mark should migrate into his PJs to slide into bed easier. You assume I don't just sleep in a Western Force jersey? Second half. D-Mac. Penalty. Anytime you're ready, buddy. It's been a minute. Come on. Oh, he's sliced that one. Awful kick. I mean, they still win because they ran down the minute, but damn. Yeah, I'm sure they could put a 2 yellow card indicator and do the clock, eh, Matthew? What's the deal? Maybe because you'd need 2 clocks? Like, just do the 1 clock to show when the first one's going to expire. And then when that one goes back to 1, then you just get rid of the 2 and then put the next clock on. I don't know. D-Mac rattled a bit by the crowd. I can't imagine D-Mac gets rattled by a crowd at this point in his career, but you never know. The kick was as ugly as the Rebels' defense. Yeah. The Force, I think, have kind of got the mentality here. We got 2 guys up. We need to make the most of this. So they're going to try and run it out of their own 22, which is generally pretty risky business, but they're determined they're going to find that space. NHL, they do multi-clocks for power plays. No reason to... Yeah, I knew I'd seen it somewhere. Okay, the Force have won a penalty from their own 22. Not rolling. But the two boys with the yellows are getting ready to come back on. I think they are on. I think that's it. The double yellow cards are over. Is that right? Yep, they're done. Double yellow cards are over. So how many points did the Force score during the double yellow card? It would be 0. How many did they concede? That would be 3. Now the Force can start playing again. They don't have the pressure that they feel like they need to do stuff they wouldn't normally do. Maybe. Godwin. Go, Kyle Godwin. You guys couldn't get a bloody line break when it was 15-13, but as soon as it's 15-15, straight away. Turning point there. The Force are gritty. Gritty is probably a really good word to describe the way the Force are. A very determined side, which is not something it's a light compliment. Like a lot of sides are not. Like I think the Rebels showed virtually no determination in their game whatsoever. They kind of rolled over. Right, Force, 5 metre line out on the Chiefs line. They throw it short, knock it on. Chiefs get the ball. Either that or the Chiefs stole it. Either way, Force get a 5 metre line out and get nothing from it. Did I say Chiefs or did I say Force? Force, 5 metre line out on Chiefs line. Fail. Big time fail. Godwin. Godwin's mad. Finally, I come back from a break to find that something mad has... Not find something mad has happened during the game. Yeah, it's pretty consistent, this one. Seems to be a resurgence in attendance of the popularity game in Australia, especially since it went the right side of a paywall. That's probably a good point, Joe. Some of the games are being shown free to air. And the Aussie teams were winning 100% of their games when they were playing Aussie teams, but whether this weekend's games impact things remains to be seen. Hopefully not. We've still got 4 more weeks of this competition. How many Saffers are in the Force side? There's a guy named Bryn Stander, but I don't... Is he playing today? I can't actually remember the lineup. There's more Argentinians than Saffers, I would say. There's an Argentinian halfback, an Argentinian prop, an Argentinian fly half on the bench. This is good from the Force. Yeah, they've actually had the Chiefs down their end. Since they went back to 15-15, they've literally looked like a different team. 15-13, they just looked in their shells. I don't understand. Adam says it's 1. Is it Stander or is it somebody else? Adam. Bloody Stan on the phone keeps jumping. But what is going on with Stan tonight? Have most of you guys got Stan sorted out? Isaac says it's getting loose. Yeah, it's getting a bit all over the shop at the moment. All the teams playing in finals last week look under par. I suppose that was one good thing about the Brumbies and the Crusaders, is they were both in the same boat. My little lad is 18 months now and he runs with the ball but likes bashing. So worried he's heading in the Lucy direction. What direction would you like him to head in, Joe? What would be the preferred one? You don't want him to be a prop, surely. Matthew's got to go to work. Oh, going to be AFK for a few because you've got a call from work. Fancy getting calls from work, eh? During the rugby time. You want him to be a right winger. That's very specific. Stan not good tonight, Gary. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that. What's the deal? If my kid doesn't play 13, I will disown them. Man, that's oddly specific. Why 14? Why can't he play 11? 11's get more action. The head office for this company I work with is London based. Oh, do what you gotta do, man. Work is work. 15 on 15, keep that tempo. Yeah, this tempo has been much nicer than that 15 on 13 stuff. Gave up on Stan. I haven't watched a game since round 2. Gave up on Stan. Why is that, man? What happened? If once they don't play 9, I mean 9, no one likes a 9. Yeah, that's true. 9s don't even like other 9s. They actually can't understand. They can't stand each other. Go the Force, do it for Aussie Rugby. Yeah, see if they can do it. My future offspring aren't type 5. I know that my spouse has been cheating. Oh, goodness me. Right, Harris throws the ball to the back of the Chiefs line out. 7 metres out from the Force line. Can the Chiefs make it a 2-score game? Favourite 9 is Jake Gordon, but maybe a little biased. He's a good player. Run it, says Theft. Yes, run it, Chiefs. Out. Get it to your wingers. Look up, mate. Could be a good one here. Surely it's the Chiefs. Olawafella is going to be in trouble. He's going to be in trouble. Deliberate knockdown. He's getting the card, I think, no matter what. Just no matter whether it's a penalty try or not. Big V8 show, the Chiefs spun it wide. Olawafella stuck his hand out to try and intercept it, but all he did was end up knocking it to the ground. He was probably a bit short from getting that one. Naked, are you off, man? I'll see you later, unless you're sensing you to someone else. Not looking good for the Force. Oloafella's in trouble, indeed. He's definitely getting a card. Stan is effed. Yeah, what's up with Stan? Just yellow card, no penalty try. There is cover. Was cynical. Yeah, I don't. He was like, his arm was probably needed to be that much longer to be able to really tap it back to himself. My chair's making noises against the couch. That may sound like something else on the microphone, just FYI. It's late, but it's not that late. This game's a train wreck, says Cora. It's kind of all over the place, but I'm loving the fact that it's close. Remember I said if it was going to be a blowout, I was going to go to bed? Well, there's no going to bed because you want to see what's going to happen next. TMO call. Chiefs have got advantage anyway. We'll see what happens. Loves wrestling with the dogs. Yeah, your son's definitely going to be a loose forward, mate. Chiefs, big old maul. This is what the TMO is looking at. They're going to basically check the grounding. We want our money back, Stan. Yeah, you guys should complain. Rugby Pass mucked up only about 20 minutes of a game once, and they gave us an extra week free on our subscriptions or something like that. Does he get it grounded? Can't see anything. Yeah, you don't want the Chiefs going 2 men up because like that might happen with the same thing what happened with the Force. It is a try. Error code A19. It's getting lower. Wasn't it like 25 before? All of you Stan viewers need to contact them. Yeah, honestly, I contacted Sky once when they showed replay of a provincial women's game instead of like Munster against, maybe it was Munster Leinster, back when it was on as a stupid time. I got up at a really bad time to watch it and it wasn't showing and I was pretty peed off, but they fixed it. Oh, D-Max missed the shot. So it's 7 points to 15, so there's still a 1 point buffer there. As in, if the Force score 7, then there's still 1 point buffer. Stan can meet me in the KFC car park at this rate. Yes. They're mucking everybody around. And this is one of the closer games, eh? It's frustrating. Claremont and Munster. Right, that's the one. Yes. You'd be peed off having to get up and watch Munster as well. Ah, Joe. You must have been proud of Connacht, even though it's not your team, for the job they did. Nicholas, we are at 55-20. Still 7.5 minutes left for the Force having a man down. It's 15-7 to the Chiefs. I feel like the Chiefs are probably going to keep the scoreline expanding. Aileron's back to A25, the error message. What a bugger. Watch, says Matthew. I'm watching. Never let it go, says Joe. Here we go. Chiefs have got heaps of space. ALB beats Tafu. Nankivell goes to ground. They were trying to do a choke tackle on him, but no joy. Weber to D-Mac. Who's number 18? Tokiaho. He gets over the advantage line again. Weber. D-Mac. That hairdo. Even Mr. doesn't like that hairdo. Surely something's going to happen here. God, how far is my stream behind your lot? Sawakula beats his man. And then Jonah Lowe, is it? Out on the left wing. Bloody hell. Yeah. The Chiefs know how to execute with the extra player, huh? Too much pressure. Just took one broken tackle. Sawakula beat one tackler and then boom. Too much space. Yep. I'm a real optimist, but this Stan BS. Are you guys not able to see anything? Are you able to get audio or video? Is it kind of cutting in and out, or is it just nothing? Is he going to get this kick? He's not had his kicking boots on today. I'll say he gets it. And he's bloody pushed it wide again. Far out. Similar spot to the last one. I thought he would have learned. You get nothing on the screen. Far out. Kieran's a Crusader supporter. Can't believe how bad we played today. Yeah, not the Crusaders' best effort, but you still got to win. Still got to win. No audio or video. Cuts out every now and again. Every time someone scores, it cuts out. What is going on? I'm surprised it's taken that long to fix it. They've had hours. It was happening at the end of the last game. Will the missed kicks cost them out of maybe and the points differential at the end of the competition? I can't imagine it's going to cost them in this game, but I mean, it's not a huge advantage. Still 2 scores for the Force, potentially. How long does the comp go for? Victoria, it goes for 4 more weeks. This is the first of 5 weeks, and then there's a final in the final week, obviously. So 5 weeks plus a final, so 6 weeks. Furlong taking up French lessons. No way. I saw something that said he didn't sign a longer contract for some reason. Kyle Goblin seems determined to run the ball into traffic every time he gets it. He's fired up, which is good character from him, but yeah. 1 million on the table from Toulon. Goodness gracious me, for a prop, that's massive numbers. And the one game for you, Aileron, you're 2 teams, and it's totally mucked up. If only you'd been able to go to it, Aileron, man. Jason. Cheers, man. Cheers for doing 3 streams. Yeah, like I said, it's a first. But no, it's been good. It's been good. I may regret it tomorrow, Jason. But we'll see. We'll see. Geez, you're keen up late as well, I guess. But I'm guessing you're going to have a wee sleep in tomorrow, man. But anyway, cheers for coming along. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Matthew's back. What'd you miss? You missed. Oh, you're just happy to see me still awake. Yeah, I didn't fall asleep yet. When did you go? It was a wee while ago. Yellow card for Oloafella. Chiefs Maul try. And then another try for Jonah Lowe. So, yeah, costly. Someone's left a rag on my couch. Oh, yeah. The Munster flag. Sorry about that. The Leinster one's over there off camera. All the crew is still here, Theft, man. You guys are trucking along just like me. It's a pretty good effort from everybody, to be fair. Dave's getting a bit sleepy, or I'm getting a bit sleepy. Yeah, I'm going to try to sleep in tomorrow. We'll see how the kids go. Stupid phone call ever. Dear people, this is a phone call to tell you about the email we're going to send you. Wow. That's kind of reminiscent of the organization I used to work for. Oh, goodness me. I used to go to those meetings where essentially the agenda of the meeting was to set the agenda for the next meeting. So, yeah, hoorah. Force just got a scrum penalty, very much needed, and then the kick for touch goes so long that it doesn't find touch. The Force's errors are pretty head-scratching as the commentator. They're frustrating, man. That's quite annoying. Don't forget to send the email to G-Man. Isaac, I will send it, definitely. Definitely. Naked ref, yeah, he's saying the Munster flag is a rag. It's actually 2 flags. It's a Munster flag and an Ulster flag. I'm sure Joe will say they're both rags, but especially the first one. Stay up for the Bulls and Sharks. Goodness me. Not a chance. I wish. I think it'll be a cracking game. I'll watch it on demand. Hate being a department manager. Yeah, I was a team leader and that sucked. I mean, honestly, people were nice. And I did tell them I have a YouTube channel when I left, so there's a small chance one of them is watching. The people were really nice for the most part, but the job sucks. Grateful that 1+ year working from home has finally taught my colleagues that meetings could have been emails. Oh, yeah. It could have been phone calls. Yeah, it doesn't need to be a meeting. TMO's going to have a look at something here. Come on, we don't need the TMO. Let's get on with the game. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, guys. Lee Warner's carry, is that a grass cutter from Soul Cooler? Oh, no, it's the high shot from... Who is 18? Ulster's fine, some quality players coming through. Balakoon, is he back fit? He's been out. I haven't seen him play for ages. I haven't seen Balakoon play for a bloody long time. Big Will, we're at for 62.35. The TMO is having a look at a high shot, maybe no arms on Lee Warner. So it's going to be a penalty. Just a bit high. No captain's challenges in this one, Amir. Thank goodness for that. The penalty to the Force. They desperately need to do something. Still error 18. Should watch the Lions Stormers replay. I'll see if I can get a crack at it too. 18 is Joe Apikotoa. Thank you, that's the one I was looking for. The Chiefs replacement prop. Right. Kaitu'u, line out. 22 metre line. The Force have carried it well over the advantage line there. Come on, Force. Make this one interesting. It's almost 2 in the morning. 1:41. We need this to be a one-score game going into the final 10 minutes. We're at 63-30. Who won between the Stormers and the Lions? It's a dangerous question to ask. Spoiler alert for anyone who doesn't want to know. Force have gone through, oh man, what is it, 6-7 phases by now? They haven't put the counter up on the screen. Kaitu'u's gone bloody close. He's like a metre out. D-Max put in a tackle. Is it enough to pull short? They're going to go back for a penalty to the Force. Chiefs may be in a bit of trouble here. Was that a double blow on the whistle, or is he just going to give him a warning? Offside from the Chiefs. Right, it's a yellow card warning for the Chiefs. Has Joe been behaving, Big Y? I doubt it. I doubt it. He's very concerned his 18-month-old is going to be a loose forward. Right, Force. For goodness sake. 1, win your line out ball. They got a 5 metre line out. They're attacking the Chiefs. They go to the middle. It's Lee Warner. They're mauling. It's going nowhere. It'll be a use it once. There's the use it once. Chiefs guys are coming through the middle. Kaitu'u makes the right call. Gets the hell out of there. Otherwise, he was going to be trapped by those Chiefs guys. 3 phases. Anstey, 4 meters out, man. If the Force don't get points out of this, Sammy says it'll be outrageous. It'll be a huge moral victory for the Chiefs. They need a 7-pointer. Desperately. The game needs it, folks. 15 minutes to go. Less than that. 14 and a half. They got advantage. The Force again. Miotti puts a bit of a nothing kick through, and sure enough, we'll go back for the penalty. Well, now that I know so many of you guys really just can't see Jack in the game, I have to at least tell you something that's going on, eh? Instead of just talking about my garden. The Chiefs are about to get a yellow card because they were warned. Oh, it's a red because it's Jacobson again. Oh, snap. Jacobson's second yellow. He's gone for the game. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It's going to be a tense finish. I need this, man. 1:45 in the morning. It's nice to have Well, if this was a blowout already, I'd probably be tempted just to I'd probably be tempted just to go to bed. But nah, it's all to play for. Jacobson looks pretty gutted. Hope for the former Beefy Boys. Yeah, the Beefy Boys. They're going to go for the scrum. What do the Chiefs do here? Do they put... Who's their biggest back? Or do they keep all the boys out wide? $67 minutes on your stream. I'm at 66:20. Yes, if anything happens, like a try or a red card, just tell everyone to look up at the screen instead of saying exactly what happens. Otherwise, everyone who's behind gets spoiled. Oh, our little fella tapped it back. Rob Carney's going for it. Leinster legend. Straightens. Oh, brought down as he lost it. He's lost it forward. Brutal. But it's back for a penalty. Another penalty. Goodness knows how many have we had. No worries, Matthew, man. AJ Lamb try for the Blues was something else, Grant. It was. Isaac, loads of people are having issues with Stan, unfortunately. I don't know what's going on in Australia. Other Matthew, there are rules that you can replace someone after 20 minutes for a red, indeed, but he got red carded at what, like 65 minutes? So in theory, he shouldn't be coming back unless the game goes well deep into red clock territory. Rob Carney's looking a bit tender. Is Jake Ball playing for the Force next year? That's the rumour, isn't it? I don't know if that was ever actually confirmed. Need moderators to control your spoiler alerts and spams. That's true. I haven't made anybody moderators, I don't think. I need to do that from YouTube itself. Oh, Kahui gets a try out on the right wing. Phenomenal. The former Chiefs man goes over against the Chiefs. Unbelievable. Big pass from Pryor, way out wide, cuts out about 3 guys. Great passes right. Kahui had to be the one to get the try. Had to be the one that gets it out on the right wing, man. What a pass though. Novmum's not happy. Yeah. All the Morrises for mods. I'll put that as a default. Big kick for you, Mr. Miotti. Kick this, it's a 1 point. It's a 1 score game. If you miss it, it's a 2 score game. Nailed it. What a conversion. What a conversion. Game on, people. 10 minutes to go. It's 14 points to 20. The Force with the weight of a rugby nation on their shoulders. Jason is awake again. We got a game, indeed. Is Liam Mason coming on? Wonder if Carney was being considered for the Lions. I don't think so. No, I wouldn't have thought so. Not all hope is lost in Australia, Stalia. Not yet. Could we see an Australian win? Possibly, Anthony. There's 9 minutes to go. 9 minutes. Scrum on halfway. The force winner scrum penalty. Holy smokes. The momentum. There needs to be a momentum meter on the screen. It's all force at the moment. It says, if you stand, please find touch. Please find touch. Oh my God, that's like the 4th time you guys haven't found touch. For God's sake, you guys waste this opportunity. I know you wanted to get closer, but find flipping touch, man. Unforced errors from the force, and now they've conceded a penalty for being offside. A choke off. Who's going to choke worse? Yeah. Bryn Gatlin's on at 10. Both teams are choking a wee bit. Jet lag settings, maybe they are getting tired. Not the Chiefs you were expecting, Greasy. Yeah, it's tough. Honestly, Jamie, it's like at least 3 touch misses, right? Honestly. You gotta love the intensity for sure. The tension is killer. Oh man, the Chiefs have just knocked it on from their line out. It was a brutal one. It's going to be another bloody scrum. VPN choice, Matthew. Can you not donate from Thailand? Is that one of those geo restrictions? That's very kind of you to think so, though. You can just go to my Buy Me a Coffee page if that's easier instead of signing up for a VPN. Penalty back there, goodness me. Rob Carney would struggle to get picked for the Gauteng Lions, let alone the British and Irish Lions. Yep. He was playing for Ireland not that long ago. But yeah. Okay. Right. The Force. At 74-25, they've got a line out inside the Chiefs' 22. Can we go step 1 and win the line out? Yes, we can. That pass was to nobody. Thrush picked it up one-handed from the deck. That's pretty athletic. So many penalties. So many penalties. Regret staying up this late, messy game. I don't know, it's pretty tense. I need to see this game. Yeah, it's a tough one. Stan is frozen again, Isaac. Ready for a last-minute conversion for the win. Theft Parrot says discipline. Yeah, the discipline's been pretty atrocious from the Chiefs. They just drove in too early, eh? It was just obvious. You're giving the ref a reason to ping you. That's like one of the clearest ones. Right, so the Force have got another line out this time. How many meters out is this? I don't know. 6 meters? 5. 5.5. Stands a piece of turd, says James. Yeah, it's not doing the best. They're not doing their subscribers any good. Force are mauling it, but it's going nowhere. The Chiefs are holding them firm. They're going to have to spin it because it's going nowhere. Tafu runs straight into traffic. He's got his knees to the ground, so that's a tackle. He got a release. Oh, but he's knocked it on. Chiefs are going to get out of jail. It'll be a scrum. Chiefs threw it dead. I've used ExpressVPN, Matt. If you want a VPN, they're pretty good. The stream has become tense as hell. I know. I wanted this. I always want, especially if it's a neutral game. I don't really want it when it's the Blues, but a nice, interesting finish to a game. Big Force scrum, trying to monster the Chiefs off the ball. They can't get it done. D-Max clearance makes it to the 22-metre line, just beyond it. So the Force still have an attacking chance with 3 minutes to go. $77.30 on the clock. Force win the line out. Quick ball. Pryor, Miotti, Tafu. Godwin actually passes and doesn't run it for a change. They're onto the 22-metre line. Run it! Somebody run it. Why could this not be the Blues game? I know. Godwin gets tackled again. Get your knee to ground, son. Otherwise it's going to be a maul. Boshier's over the ball. It goes backwards. Chiefs have turned it over. ALB. And Jonah Lowe just boots the hell out of it. He's like, get the heck out of this area of the ground. No, but it's a penalty. What was that for? Not another offside. Bedtime's incoming, Anthony. Indeed. Five-metre line out. Force again. How many have they had now? It goes long. Thrushes just won it. Kateka is about 4 metres from the line. Pryor. They got a pot of forwards. Reedy's pushing. Got to release. His knee was on the ground. I think the Chiefs might have turned that over or the Force knocked it on, one or the other, but the Chiefs have got the ball. There's only 30 seconds to go. What do the Chiefs do here? Just keep playing some... sticking up your jumper, basically. They're just going to run the clock. 15 seconds to go. They have to just keep the ball, surely. 10 seconds. The Force have got it. The Chiefs knocked it on with 5 seconds to go. Unbelievable. Mioti's just scored a try. Unbelievable. No way. No way. There's handbags. Surely he scored that. Oh my giddy aunt. What on earth? Bananas, folks. If you're going to stay up to watch a game at 2 o'clock in the morning, it better be one like this. And yes, D-Max missed kicks are looking very bloody costly. But Mioti has still got a big kick to finish this off. The Brumbies couldn't do it. Not an easy kick. It's a pressure kick. Pretty much the same as Lolasio's kick against the Crusaders. I'm not going to look at the chat. I need to see this with my own eyes. I'm afraid of spoilers. Mioti. Big kick. He's got his hands together. He's doing his little routine. The Chiefs guys are ready to charge. They better not go early. Here they come. Mioti. Oh, he's missed it. He's pushed it just wide. Unbelievable. Not again, Aussie teams. Oh, what a brutal finish. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think the charge down actually made him rush that kick just slightly. Just slightly. Whoa. Brutal. Yep. That was worth staying up for. Man. 2:03 in the morning. My daughter will be up in 4 hours. But yeah, sorry about you guys who had issues with Stan. That's really disappointing. Hope they at least make it good by, I don't know, giving you an extra month free or something on your subscription. I don't know. But yeah, 19 points. Sorry, I didn't adjust the score, but it's a 1-point finish. 19 points to 20. Bloody bonkers. Bonkers, bonkers, bonkers finish. Alright, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Alright. Thanks, Matt. That's all good. Happy to do it. It was a bit of fun. And, yeah, theft for staying along. Nov Mum, you got there in the end. But, yeah. Take care of yourselves, everybody. I am going to brush my teeth and go to bed. It's been quite a night. And I will see you guys for another one at some point soon. Take care, everybody. See you.